Now, this is what I call the Cinderella effect, because Cinderella did this three-step formula. I called it two-step, but it's really a three-step formula. And if you watch throughout this whole video, you understand why this strategy works. It's all about creating attraction, sympathy, and then the last part is what Cinderella did, which really put it all together in a nice little toxic bow. Let's begin. Okay, so today I'm gonna show you guys a very simple two-step formula that can almost guarantee that somebody's gonna fall in love with you, okay? And it only has one caveat, and this caveat is pretty much depending on each individual, to be honest with you, because beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, right? Now, I learned the strategy because it's what happened to me. I fell in love with a woman, and it happened because of this strategy. This girl that I liked, she was really cool. She was from Brooklyn, Italian girl. I usually go for Latinas, but whatever, right? Anyway, so she was my friend of mine, and I personally, at least for me, I never found her to be my type per se. I liked her, but she wasn't like my type, if you know what I mean. Not to be condescending, but you know. Anyway, so one day her dog died, literally, her dog died. And then after that, her granny died, which is insane, just dog and granny at the same time. And she was completely broken. And I felt really bad, right? And mind you, I found her to be physically attractive, right? She was a really beautiful girl, but I just never saw her that way. And one day I took her out to dinner just to make her feel better. You know, we went out, played a little tennis, even though I don't play tennis. And seeing her go from sadness to happiness made me feel a lot of sympathy for her, right? In a good way, right? And then just seeing her mood get better, I was thinking about her. I was like, I hope she's good. I hope she's dealing with things, right? And then after a month or so, she went away. She went away for vacation with her family. And then I was like, interesting. I was hanging out with her a lot because of that, but I didn't notice what was really happening. Then I'm like, wait a minute, oh fuck, I like this chick. I'm like, I thought she was just a friend, right? And now mind you, she came back and then she moved to Berlin, and we all know that when people go to Berlin and they never come back. Anyways, what's the moral of the story? Well, it's something that's purely psychological. That if somebody, and the caveat is this, is that they have to be your physical type, right? Not your physical type, but they have to find you physically attractive, all right? You don't have to kick it out the park, but you have to be someone where, they're like, okay, even though not someone I will go out with, I like you, right? And the way that it worked with me is that if you are not their physical type, the next best solution is to literally just be there. Have a way for them to see you. This girl lived in my neighborhood in Bushwick, right? So I saw her every day. And what happens is that when you see people every day, naturally they start to become more attractive to you. When you barely see someone, now it goes like this. When they're attractive, when you see them every day, they become less attractive. That's just true, right? But if they're ugly as fuck, over time, you start forgetting that they're ugly, and you start to see them as more normal. It's a real thing, honestly. It's a real thing. That's why mothers love their kids, even though they might be ugly, right? By the way, people, check out the t-shirt store if you guys want to check out the t-shirts. There's a free gift for you guys, a book that I made, which is called The Chase. If you guys want to purchase it, not purchase it, if you guys want to get the audiobook, it's for free. I have an offer for you. Just click in the description down below and you get the audiobook straight to your inbox, right? And if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org to book a one-on-one phone call. And so this strategy works best when you know them in real life, because that's how they get to see you being normal and being happy, and then something catastrophic happens and they see your sadness. Why is that important? Well, your granny doesn't have to choke on a pork chop and fall down the stairs for them to have sympathy for you. It could just be any moment of weakness, anything. It could be that you're depressed and you express that to them. It could be that you're really nervous. Anything that shows weakness. Why? Because usually we're trying to show people our best sides. You never tell people the bad things that happen in your life. You never really go out of your way to show weakness, to show inconsistency, to show that you have problems. Well, something about humans is that if you show people your problems, if you are open with your weaknesses, they like you more. They don't actually get turned off. They end up liking you more and having sympathy for you. Now, online, it doesn't work as much because they gotta know you. before they see the sad side. Meaning, you got to be able to see them all the time and get used to it, and then show the sadness. Now, it could work online, but it's just not going to work as much, even though it works. The way you do that is like when you meet people, you tell them about your weaknesses. You tell them about the fact that, don't tell them if you stab people, don't tell them. Like if you're a serial killer, there's a certain limit to it. But you tell them about the fact that you get depressed, or that sometimes you feel inferior, or that you compare yourself to other women. These things might make you look needy, but understand that if they find you physically attractive, when you mix physical attraction with sympathy, you end up with a weird concoction of love and affection. But they have to find you physically attractive. That's the key. Or you gotta be at that threshold. If it's from here to here, that threshold, even if you're here, it's good enough. You don't have to be here. Because what happens is that, especially, this is actually very, you could tell if this works. Find out how his mom is. If his mom is highly flawed, if his mom was narcissistic, if his mom needed rescue, if his mom had a bad relationship with men, a lot of the times they'll rely on the son for sympathy. And so the son will gravitate towards women who need sympathy, right? Now, the only way for a guy like that to overcome that is to be his own mother, right? To give yourself what you need from what your mom never gave you, which is self-soothing, right? And anybody can overcome it. It just takes time, right? I don't fall for those types of women no more. Before I used to. And by the way, my mom is not narcissistic. She just had her own flaws. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone has their flaws. Nobody's perfect. She was, one of the things about her that I gained was her empathy. That's one thing about me, is that her empathy and her love for people. That's a real thing that I got, but not her anger issues. Not that. She used to get mad at me for everything, to be honest with you. Anyway, so yeah, this is why boss bitches, they have a tough time, or even people who watch those detached videos. That's why I don't like those detached videos, because they teach you guys to hide your weaknesses. It's okay to tell people that you get depressed, that you have low self-esteem, that you have low self-worth, because as long as you're willing to walk away, that's the next step, right? Where they find you physically attractive, you expose a weakness, but also you have a willingness to walk away. Because usually when people expose their own weaknesses, a lot of the times they do it to get them to like you, because deep down they have codependency and they're not willing to walk away. So they see your needy creepiness, but the frame of that creepiness is you're not willing to walk away. It doesn't work that way. You can't tell people Granny fell from the stairs and I'm sad if you're not willing to walk away. Because remember, that girl went to fucking on vacation with her family for months. Not for months, but she went on vacation with her family. Like, if she was really, really, really into me, she would have not done that, because she was depressed. But it showed me, oh my God, she has a support group, right? She has a family. She must be having such a good time. And here I am in New York City thinking about this goofy girl that I'm not even supposed to like, right? And so that created that tension. So it's not just the fact that they find sympathy, they find you attractive, but that they also got to think that you're willing to walk away. And that formula, I'll be honest with you, this is how most people fall in love. The damsel in distress, right? Or Cinderella, where Cinderella looked needy and then the prince wanted to save her, but what did Cinderella do? Remember, he found her attractive. I might call this a Cinderella effect. He found her attractive, she was needy, he tried to help, but she left. Obsession. Yeah, that's right, people. Obsession. That really, really, really works. Anyways, if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org, and I'll see you guys later. Are you needy and creepy? Do you have a tough time coming across confident when you like the person? A lot of the times you just don't know what to do. You have habits and patterns that whenever somebody triggers you, you completely forget what to do the right thing. Well, guess what? I have a course for that. And it's called The Psychological Game of Attraction, Natural Chemistry, and The Feminine Woman. What I call the fundamentals. All of those courses are meant to eradicate and exercise the needy, creepy parts in you through action. Meaning, you do what the videos say, and without a shadow of a doubt, you actually get the results. You'll notice that men call you back more. Men will want more relationships with you. They're gonna be the ones that are needy and creepy. They're gonna be the ones that want something. They're gonna be the ones that are the aggressors in trying to get a relationship out of you. But the problem is that a lot of people just watch one or two videos and completely forget that there's actually a system. Don't just watch one or two videos. Get the system either by purchasing all of them and get a discount, or purchase them individually. Because a lot of the times, just watching one video in isolation, you actually miss the big picture. You have to understand why it works. You have to understand what to do next. And a lot of times, my videos just can't address that. A lot of people, you see by the testimonies right here, a lot of people have done what those videos say, and they've gotten results. Like the other day, I was in Mexico, and they were like, "Hey, Alexis," and I'm like, "Hey, oh my God, your videos are so great." And I'm like, and she was like, "Look at my kid." I'm like, what you talk about your kid? That's not my kid. She's like, no, because of him, because of your videos, he's here. And I'm like, okay, all right, that's a thing. But I get that a lot. And ironically, that woman watches all of my videos, right? So purchase those courses, man. And if you don't like it, you actually could get a 30-day money-back guarantee, right? Purchase them individually, or get a discount and purchase them all by clicking on the description down below. You have the option of purchasing the one with the bonuses that obviously it's more material, where it's like I give you guys meditations. There's also other courses on how to make friends, how to master anything, or you can purchase it without the bundle, which is much more affordable, all right? And with that, you guys are able to support my channel, which will allow me to make more videos, okay? Anyways, see you guys inside, and thank you.